Hey, it's Josh with Hardy Brothers Outdoors. Today I am going to be talking about the Jack Chin 350A model concrete saw. This was sent to us free of charge, and it's actually something that I used to use years ago when I was working with a mason and cutting brick and block. Not this particular brand, but this type of saw. More recently, we have had concrete work done here at the property. I didn't have a saw like this, so I used a little grinding tool or a blade on a circular saw. It worked, but it definitely wasn't as easy as something as powerful as this. And this one has nice rollers that would have made it a lot easier. I thought we were going to use it on Jason's pole barn, but he's decided he's not going to put stress joints in because he's got in-floor heating and he's worried about cutting into that. But I've been working on a over 100-foot long retaining wall, and when we're all said and done, we'll probably have 150 to 170 feet of wall. And I'm putting these cap blocks on them, and part of it is curved. So where it's curved, these are not going to fit together like I want them to fit, so they're going to need to be cut. So today we're going to unbox this saw. We're going to make this cut here, and I'll have lots more cuts I'll be making over time, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to figure out what's in the box, set it up, and make our cut. So stick around. So we've got a manual, we've got our blade, which these are not cheap when you have to buy new blades. We have a pair of leather gloves, some vinyl, PVC goggles, and a mix container. This actually takes like a 30, it's a two-stroke engine, so it takes a 30 to 1 ratio, which unfortunately isn't anything else that I have mixed, but is nice that they give you this small measuring container so that I can go ahead and mix up a specific batch just for this saw here. So it's packed pretty well, a huge piece of styrofoam there. We have a fuel funnel. We have a bag of tools here. Screwdriver, small wrench, 3 Allen keys, spark plug, socket. We also have another for getting the blade on and off. And then we have some tubing here for running water on the blade to keep the blade from overheating. So now let's get to the good part here. This is a 51.7 cc motor, so it's going to be a relatively big item. It's a good sized piece of equipment here. Okay, I just got the blade on there. There's a button on the back that you can push that keeps the blade from spinning so that you can tighten it. So you need that to lock. So we're going to get some fuel mixed up and see if we can get this thing to crank up. Get our 2-stroke oil, shake this up just a bit. We've got our fuel reservoir right here, and I'm going to use the funnel that came with it. Well, so I advise putting something underneath the saw because it wants to tilt back down and you don't get as much fuel there. Got a little bit of a hurry because the rain's starting to fall. So next step is to get this thing running. There's a fuel bulb down here. We've already pumped that a few times. We've got the power. There's a switch on the handle back here. And then there is a choke, which we want off until we get it started. Let's see how well this thing starts up. That's pretty quick. I'm gonna give the fuel bulb a little bit more just because we're on a brand new engine here. Let's give it a go again. Not a bad startup for a new engine. Okay, so I'm back. It's a different day. The last time that I started this video, I did not have all of the pieces that I needed to hook up the water, which would knock down the dust. So the piece that it was missing was this adapter for my hose so that I could hook up the hose to the water line to the saw. So we're gonna go ahead and make another cut here with the water running. We should see substantially less in terms of dust, and that's the way it's intended to be used. I know in the past I'd used it the other way, but for both safety reasons and respiratory reasons, you should use the water if you can. So it's all hooked up. I am adjusting the water flow here on my hose because I wanted to have a little more fine tuning on that. You can also fine tune it here. Let's fire this up. We haven't had it started since the last, about 2 weeks ago. So we're going to pump the bulb. Turn on the switch. Open the choke. Turn the choke off. There we go. Cuts like butter, still cuts well. With all that water, I got a little muddier, but didn't have all that dust flying in my face. So make sure when you buy this that you also pick up a hose adapter to a, I think this is probably 3/8 inch. I got 1/4 inch, and just barely I had to rig it up a little bit to work, but it did work. And probably going to need to get some little clamps to put on as well, just to keep the water from popping off. Kept popping off the other nozzle, so not a big deal. Looking forward to using this. Got a lot more block to cut. So thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day.